Yeah, we're not worried about that.
Of course
We're not worried about
Of
that.
course not anything good the police do. Do you get my good side?
Yeah, you look great.
Thanks.
We'll turn the toilet when you're an oath breaker, though. You're kind of ruining it.
Did I say anything mean?
No.
Like that?
No, well, actually you did. You said I stopped listening, remember? Because I'm rambling when I'm not. I'm standing up for my constitutional rights.
You absolutely are.
And you telling me that, no, I am not trespassing in there, but if I do go in there, that I'm going to be arrested for trespass. Does that make any sense, sir? Does that make sense
It's
to
your
you?
conversation. Here's my problem. You have an agenda, and what you do, in some aspects, actually is a great thing.
It is.
To keep people in check. However, the way you're presenting this, you're not looking for anything positive.
I just walked in the door.
You're not
I walked in the door and they jumped down my throat 2
understand
times
that.
now.
That was that situation. But everything the sheriff's trying to tell you, you're turning it around and trying to make it into an argument.
But it's
That's
unlawful.
not de-escalating.
First he tells me
You're
it's a
talking
policy,
about
then when this guy
de-escalating.
comes, he says, oh, it's a decision by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, he said that, not me.
So if you're gonna talk about de-escalating, you need to make it de-escalating.
But,
Allow
okay,
us
well,
to
I'm not the
conversate.
one that's a sworn police officer that took an oath.
But that's the problem.
You
That's
know.
why this conversation really doesn't make sense to
But-
have, because it's not gonna go anywhere. You and I both know that.
It's not
That's
going
what
anywhere.
you're
I told the officers last time that they would be back because the same shit the next time I came.
But didn't you tell something about not having a name on the door or something? Under that?
There is no, you can't just have the no cell phone thing and think that counts for anything.
Where does
You
it
can't.
say, where
You
does
can't.
it say that?
You know what? I'll email it to you later so I don't give you the wrong one. I will.
Because
I
if
got you.
I'm wrong, we'll change it.
You are wrong. You are wrong.
Then we'll change it.
You
Do we
have to
time?
have something to back it up. You have to have a law, something like that to back it up. Not just that. I could have went on Amazon and got that delivered tomorrow.
Well, those were put on way before I was sheriff.
Well, you know what? They're unlawful signs, which is one thing to say, hey, we don't want you to have them, but they can't sit there and infringe upon my rights once I actually go ahead and bring it inside, whether they like it or not. It's like doing it at the doctor's office. Out in the public area, they don't want you on the phone to protect privacy, but at the end of the day, it's up to them to protect the privacy. Same with your guys. If there's a DV victim or something, well, you should. It's part of the law.
I'm not a doctor,
Oh, yeah, but you're the one that gets called if something's going on there with that, and you want to make the right call.
but not for privacy violation.
You've never seen, oh, there's this lady here filming that won't leave. You've never gotten a call like that?
I never
Not
I
yet.
never had anything till you have been doing this, right?
Well, there's plenty of people that do this, and we do it for a very good reason. And like I said,
Absolutely.
if I was some 4-time felon that made some shitty choices and all this, and I was a different color and all these things, you guys probably would be even worse towards me, which I think is sad because I think maybe friendly-wise you've been okay, but the way I was treated was very bad, and I have no doubt in my mind if I was a black man, that they would have went hands-on completely sooner. And this has got to stop. I don't care if I'm a chick, a man, any of it. This can't go on. This can't go on. We can't deprive people of their rights.
You don't know me at all, and I pride myself in treating people fairly and respectfully, and it's an honor when I'm out and about and I see people that I've arrested and they come up and talk to me.
No, that's
Because
good.
I treated them good.
Because you know what happens when you don't treat them good? You're putting
Yeah, right.
him at risk, you're putting them
Yeah,
at risk,
right.
and everybody else
Absolutely.
around.
Absolutely.
So, are you going to look into this unlawful order you have on this building?
Yeah, absolutely. You haven't given me much time. When
I
do
gave you a week.
Okay.
This is
What
the
else
next
have-
time. I
what
live
else
an
have we
hour
had?
away. I gave you plenty of time.
Fortunately, we've had 3 burglaries in progress we've caught.
And you got some oath breakers in your
We've
courthouse.
had unfortunately some deaths that we're investigating throughout our county. So yeah, but this is top of my list. If I'm doing something wrong, we're gonna fix it.
This should be at the top of your. I'm serious.
I
I'm
am
serious.
too.
And I will send you via email. What's your email?
Please do.
What's your email address, sir?
jbooker@whiteside.org.
jbooker@whiteside.org.
Yeah.
Okay, and how do you feel about them instantly offering to go hands-on with me if I don't leave? As I was standing in the same spot. How do you feel about that?
We have discussed things with them and we've talked with all our officers.
Are you gonna make them get bigger name tags or at least require them that every time they identify?
We're not gonna get bigger name tags.
Because you wanna know what happened? There was a court officer in LaSalle County, the one that put hands on me, and he told me his name and I didn't quite hear it because of mass, and I said Bonds, And he said, yeah, something like that. So I thought it was Bonds the whole time. And even when I reported him to the police for battery, I reported him to the Ottawa Police Department, gave that name. And the whole time I thought he had a whole different name because he's a liar. And he failed the ID and he didn't have a badge on. You know, it's very important because these guys, not saying they are, but they could be doing some fucked up things. And you got to have a process that's victim friendly. You have to. You know.
I couldn't agree with you more.
Have you heard of Daniel Holtzclaw? I hope you Google it. You too. I hope you Google it. Daniel Holtzclaw used to be a police officer, I think, in Oklahoma City. But he was going around and there was, I don't know how many, around 10 or so, 8 or 10 black women that were getting raped while he was on duty, you know, abusing his powers, and they were too afraid to tell. And then finally there was one that blew the whistle, and then this guy got in big trouble, but we need to make it easier. Not saying that they're doing that, but you know what I mean?
But that guy should rot in jail.
And he is. He was convicted. But the thing is, we got to have an easy complaint process. And I have PTSD, so those guys jumping right up at me the way they did over me, just bringing the camera in immediately, was ridiculous. They didn't give me a chance to say anything. It was like 2 seconds in, and if you watch my video, you saw that.
I did.
It's not cool. But anyway, there needs to be a real order to back this up, and it should be readily available. It should. You know? Those don't do it. If there's some sort of law underneath, that would do it. But there's not. Do you understand that? So at this point, Sheriff Booker, you and your guys here are violating my First and Fourth Amendment rights. And if you choose to try to tell me that if I go in, then I would be charged with trespass, even though you said I'm not criminally trespassed from here, wouldn't that be a violation of my 14th? Because I believe so.
And I disagree with that.
Why? What would it be then, though? It'd be directly retaliating because I'm going in there to exercise my First Amendment right to film, which is a violation of the 14th as far as I believe.
Do you have any credentials saying you're press or anything like that?
I don't have to have credentials, but
I'm just asking if you do. I'm not saying you do.
I do. I don't gotta give them to you though.
Well, I wasn't asking.
I'm an independent
I
journalist.
wasn't asking for them, was I?
Credentials doesn't matter because you can't do this to anybody.
Okay.
Any of us can pick up a camera. I went to that LaSalle Veterans Home and picked my camera up and discovered some nasty shit there.
I saw that.
You know, I turned into a big old shitstorm.
I saw that.
But we can't be doing that. We can't retaliate against people for sticking up for their rights.
No one retaliated.
You know, well.
I'm gonna end it with this, I actually want to use the restroom, I apologize.
Yeah, they wouldn't let me in to use it, so I still have to pee.
Here's another thing, what's your first name again?
Accountability Angel.
Accountability. Sometimes in this courtroom, oftentimes you're gonna have young children that were victims of a crime. You're gonna have females that were victims of crimes. And then you're walking in to put something on YouTube, you're putting their faces, these victims that have been through enough in their life, you're gonna put them on camera for your agenda. I appreciate what you're doing, but I'm gonna ask before I leave, think about them, okay?
Sir, I hate to tell you, but I was in
They've
foster
been-
care and a domestic violence
You
victim
understand-
myself,
you
and I totally understand
understand what
that.
they've been through.
But it's up to
appreciate
you guys to protect them
I'm just gonna
and put
leave
them
it
in a
at that.
private
I appreciate
room.
that. But they still
If
gotta
there's-
come in the building too.
It's still gotta be.
Well, yeah, but
And
the
this-
thing is, I do have the right to point it at them, but I generally point my camera away from people.
I hope you would.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to do that.
Yeah.
Same with cussing, I can cuss.
What's that?
Said I can cuss, but isn't that against the law to lock that door during business
You have
hours?
to have access, and they're allowing people to have access.
I don't know. I think it's we'll have to look into that.
We're gonna
I'll
have
double
to.
check that. No, I'm serious though, for real. I'm glad you came, but we didn't get anywhere.
Yeah, sure we did.
Where?
I listened to everything you're telling me.
You told me, oh, I stopped
Well, a
listening
couple
a
of
couple
times
minutes.
you were rattling on, but
But it's not rambling on. It's
it is
you.
when I can't listen to with
Well-
the mask and everything what you're saying.
Well, you guys forced me to wear the damn mask. That's another debate. That's a whole different debate.
Come to a county board meeting.
But we cannot violate our rights
Right.
for nothing.
But-
We can't do that just because.
But I don't think that's a violation of your rights.
It
That's-
is.
that's
It
where-
is.
That's where we disagree.
If
And
you
we
say
have-
so.
And this America, we have a right to disagree.
We do, but you know, the thing is, you cannot, as a law enforcement order officer and an employee of the state, you can't do that. You can't violate my rights. You can't stop me from entering this building,
And I don't think we are.
because isn't that a violation of the Fourth Amendment though?
I don't think it is.
And what about a violation of the First?
I don't think it is.
I'm supposed to be able to go in there, film my public building just like it's everybody else's in this area, not just little law enforcement
What would we
officers.
accomplish if, say, any courthouse, another courthouse in our county, I allowed you to walk in and film? What are we accomplishing?
Check out the beautiful architecture, pictures, anything they have. poke around, ask people questions about what they do there. Some people don't know what goes on inside this building,
All they gotta do
and they're
is
curious.
and get a tour.
Are you gonna let me have a tour with my phone? That's why I didn't call you over this.
Without
That's
your phone. I would
What?
sit down and talk to you for hours.
yeah, with my phone.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
In this building.
I really know we're in this building. My office is in Morrison.
And do you guys allow them in your office or in your
For
building?
you, I'd allow you to come in and we could sit and talk for hours.
You didn't want to hear me rambling when you were trying to violate my rights.
It would be a little bit more controlled environment than right here in this thing.
I didn't choose to be here. They wouldn't let me move
I
beyond here.
know, but
You know, they wouldn't even let me go to the bathroom in this building that they're charging me tax dollars for, just like you and everybody else, right?
well, they're not charging you. You don't live in the
It
county.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does.
Well, my children live here part of the time, so I count it. Doesn't matter nonetheless, yeah, that's why I'm not here.
Okay.
But either way, we can't do that stuff. We can't violate people's rights. We can't just
And
pull laws out of our butt. These guys need to quit treating people like shit. That's not okay. All right, didn't come in acting like a threat. I wasn't aggressive. I didn't even barely say anything because he jumped on me immediately. And then this guy, he locked me out right away.
I know.
Are you going to punish them?
Well, that would be a personal stuff, and I don't have the ability. I can't talk to you about personnel things on how I handle things.
To
That'd be a violation of someone's rights. On how I
Well, I don't know. A lot of times
how I handle personnel things.
The majority of that's public record, though. I've requested plenty of like complaints and all
You
this,
haven't
and
got
like
any personnel file, have you?
not for here.
Ever?
What?
Have you ever got a personnel file?
Oh, I've gotten some stuff. Nick Biagioni, let me just tell you from Peru PD, that wasn't his first time making up lies and doing the wrong thing. I'll tell you that much.
So you have got people's personnel files?
Well, I got something
simple
close
yes or
enough.
no?
I got something
A
close
simple yes
enough.
or no, personnel files?
No.
Okay. So I can't share what I.
Well-
Right?
But it's public record, most of it, unless
No,
it's like
not-
a.
Not your personnel file.
No. What I'm saying is, if somebody, say, gets caught because they're weaving around traffic and some little Karen calls you telling on them and all that, that is, they release that to the public. If they get, you know how you do like,
Did you say Karen?
yeah, Karen. We got a bunch of Kens and whatever else in there. No, I'm serious. I am dead ass. I'm really disappointed, Sheriff Booker. You seem like a decent person. You seem okay, but you're being an oath breaker. And your guys are being oath
And I
breakers.
disagree with you on that, but I'm gonna look and see if
So,
you're right.
what are we gonna do? If I send you the email later with exactly what you need to see,
If I'm doing something wrong, I'm gonna fix it.
good, right away?
Yeah.
We're not gonna say, oh, I had burglaries, blah, blah, blah. Because I know you've got some secretary, some sergeant, somebody that can make sure that this is right and that your guys know right.
And what I've looked into, I'm not doing anything wrong, but if you show me something I am, I'm gonna look into it.
I hope so. This channel, it's only 2 months old. We just had our 2-month birthday.
Happy
And there's been several changes made already.
And that's all you
And a lot of it has to do with the safety of police officers
positive things.
and their inmates.
Because so many people are against police.
Yeah, and I'm not.
I know you're not. I can tell by the way you're talking. You're not anything bad to us.
Yeah, and when I have the comments about killing cops and all that, I delete them from there because I don't want that a part of my channel. They can have their
They can do
opinions, but that's a little much. But
You know
this
what?
is why we can't treat people like shit. Because what if, I could have been walking in there to report some terrible assault and not want to tell them and want to document it.
I understand.
I don't know about you, but you ever know the people that the stuff's going through their minds so fast and they can't even catch up when they're trying to tell you what's going on?
Yeah. We can't have one side on one side. We have to meet in the middle and work together to fix problems.
That's why we got to follow the law.
And we're not gonna accomplish things if we can't have communication and work together.
Yes, I agree with that. But I don't think locking some chick out of the building with a camera is the way to do it. Yeah, sorry, they're closed today, sir. Yeah, me too.
All right,
All right,
All right.
you're gonna send me that stuff?
Yes, I will. I'll get on it. When I get back to town, I got you. And I'm going to show you. And by the next time I come here, which I'm not telling you when, I'm hoping to see it.
Can I make a suggestion? You know
Absolutely.
the best thing to do to fix this? Why don't you have a sit down with the sheriff, set up an appointment, sit down, you guys can work it out, hash it out, talk about all of the policies that you feel that need to be changed. Let him make that final decision based on
I'm
what
more
the
than
law
happy to do
says.
that.
And then you have your argument in front of you, your case is ready to go. I'll tell you what, knowing him as long as I've known him so far, he is willing to do that, so that'd be the best thing.
I hope so, but I
If you
hate
come
to
with
tell
the
you.
camera, it's gonna create a different.
Oh, I need
atmosphere.
the camera.
Let's have a sit down and afterwards, I will film you doing your interview on what you accomplished. How's that?
Oh, you'll film me.
Absolutely, I'll be your.
You
I'll be
giving me
your
the
camera
rights
guy.
to the video?
Oh, it's on your camera though, and it'll be your
But
property.
I didn't bring the coffee and donuts.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll
Yeah,
see.
thank
We'll
you
see
for
if
the
I can show you exactly what I need to. Then and you're witnessing
I was
this.
right here listening.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you so much, Miss Angel, it's a pleasure meeting you.
You too, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, actually, no, thank you, but
Hey, do me a
I'm
favor.
being nice.
Now, so you've been through the issues in the past, right?
With what?
With being a foster child and all that.
Yeah,
You're the one who really should have that empathy towards these little ones.
I do.
Okay, then
I don't
think
sit there and record
They're
them.
about to walk out. That's why I really appreciate you going.
Of course.
All right, you take
All
care.
right, bye,
Now, are you
guys.
gonna say where you went to school?
Oh, don't take my bad
Morris.
side.
Where?
Morris.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you went to Illinois Valley Community College.
I went there too.
So did I. Well, thank you.
Be safe.
I'm my best.
What's the ice?
I beef shit outside the bar and whacked my head. I learned the hard way.
What's that?
Nothing.
I crashed real hard on Saturday. I'm walking on ice.
Uh-oh. All right, bye. All right, guys. Well, you saw it. I'm going to get online and get everything I need to send to him. But it's been quite the freaking video. But I'm actually kind of happy that I got to hash it out with him. Wasn't expecting that. But we'll see. And they're talking about having a sit down. What sucks is it's kind of far from home, so I really got to think about arranging that. But we'll see. We will see. Very interesting stuff today. Very interesting. But this won't be the end of it. I'll be back. I will definitely be back. Don't forget to hit the bell.